Bad things, fine as hell, thick as fuck, oh my god, that's my baby, Caroline.
Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. I hope everyone's been doing fine because I know me personally, I've just been feeling, I don't know, blah, for lack of better terms. Whenever I get in this icky type of funky mood, it's best for me to just shut the world out, play some music, drink me a cup of tea, and install a wig. That's my art. Doing my hair is kind of relaxing, therapeutic to me. I'm someone who's mainly in their head than I am in the real world. Like, I'm just always thinking in that big head of mine, and sometimes the thoughts in there can get really dark, really negative. Like, honestly, my biggest op is me. It's me versus me out here. So sitting down for a couple of hours and just installing a wig, doing my hair, cooking even, just taking time to just focus on a task and creating something really helps me get out of my head. And I wanted to kind of also just share some things that I've been learning on my self-healing journey about how to shut out these intrusive thoughts for maybe some of you who are also going through an overstuffed and packed brain, and kind of just give you a safe space to take a moment, get out of your own head, and I guess listen about what's going on in my head. And the wig I'll be installing is from Unice Hair Company. This wig was dyed by them. All I did was bleach and pluck it. Everything in the description box. You already know the drill, but yep, let's get right into it. When I say I am my biggest op, I really do mean that. The things that I can convince myself in my head that I'm capable of, like the negative things, like I'll be like, you're not good enough, you should do this more, do that more, everybody's doing this, what the heck are you doing? You know, stuff like that. And at first I thought these thoughts were just like me being honest and real with myself. The first step for me was to realize that these thoughts that I'm having in my head are not real. Everything I think inside my brain does not actually exist outside in the real world. I have to remind myself this a lot because while, yes, it's really important to be honest with yourself and be observant, sometimes our thoughts, they're literally just you. Like, imagine someone who never left their house and just had their own opinions on just what they knew. This person would be very, out of touch, and a lot of the things that they're thinking probably are not true. For example, I a lot of the times find myself playing out scenarios in my head of maybe something that's making me anxious, and I usually always will believe the worst possible case is going to happen. While it's important to prepare for the worst, you still have to hope for the best. With me playing all these scenarios in my head and convincing myself the worst scenario is going to happen, I'm not even leaving space for me to hope for the best and believe that good is going to happen, even though I'm prepared. Overthinking is a defense mechanism that your mind kind of makes for you, especially if you're someone who's been through some certain types of traumas that has left you feeling like, dang, I should have done this, or I should have seen these signs and it wouldn't happen to me. So now your brain is like, we're just gonna overthink everything now, so that way we will never be caught slipping. But now I'm realizing I need to kind of unlearn this defense mechanism from myself, because at the end of the day, you're not God. You can't predict everything, no matter how deeply you flip it over and over in your head. At the end of the day, life happens. Shit will hit the fan if shit wants to hit the fan. For example, you can be the best driver out there, know the ins and outs and everything, but still have the unfortunacy to get hit by some reckless drunk driver. So now, whenever I find myself overthinking and flipping scenarios over in my head, I'm like, okay, look, we're prepared for the worst, but we also hope for the best and believe the best is going to happen. Another thing that really helps me with the calming down of my inner thoughts is forgiving myself. Like, this goes a long way. I never realized I needed to forgive myself for things that I didn't even know I had beef with myself with. For example, I recently lost a really dear to me friendship that I've had for a long time. Never thought I was going to lose this friend, and I'm still kind of like working and healing from this, but I'm doing a lot better. And I didn't realize in the moment I needed to forgive myself for losing this friend. Not that I was like blaming myself for the friendship going left, but the way the friend treated me, I felt like, oh, I should have known that the person was treating me badly. I should have seen the signs of them doing this and that to me. But it was like, no matter how I spin it in my head, people are who they are. I'm never going to know what's going on in someone's head. I just need to be the best person that I can be, pray to God, and, hope for the best. Sometimes things have to happen to you for you to learn. There's not possibly in that moment something you could have done better. Some things are literally just meant to be a learning purpose for you to do better the next time. Because, see, after I lost this friend, I got in this mindset of like, well, clearly I can't trust people anymore. I'm not good at like being insightful. I can just be played easily, blah, blah, blah. But it's like, no, incorrect. You just, in that moment, maybe there were some parts of you that was lacking when it came to boundaries. And now after this friendship, I have been able to learn how to properly put my boundaries up, speak for what I want. When I don't like something, stand for it. Some things are just a learning lesson. You don't have to be beating yourself up continuously saying you could have done better. So I had to forgive myself for what happened. Like, okay, yeah, there's some parts you messed up, but that's okay. Learn from what you need to learn and use it for your next situation and move on. I feel like the word "it's okay" goes such a long way for me these days. Like, genuinely telling myself, like, it's okay. Not in a passive way, but more in like a, it's okay. Like, kind of like a mom would tell a kid in a nurturing way. I've really been learning a lot about, reparenting, inner child stuff. And a lot of it is just being really kind to myself, treating myself the way that a mom would, like a Disney mom character would, whenever the child is going through it and crying because their boyfriend broke up with them. It's like, it's okay, sweetie, it's okay. I feel like as adults, sometimes we put so much pressure on our mental health and forget to just really comfort and nurture that inner child inside of us. Especially if you're someone who probably didn't have that nurturing parent figure in your childhood, then your inner child definitely needs a whole lot of healing and nurturing. I've found just being kinder to myself and treating myself the way I would treat a little kid that's going through it has really made such a positive impact on the way that I handle my emotions now. It just makes me feel like whatever the world is going to be thrown at me, I'm generally going to be okay. Sure doesn't feel like in the moment, but I know I'm going to be okay. Another thing I've been learning with controlling my inner thoughts and just changing my mindset is that sometimes those negative thoughts or whatever it may be, I need to let it out. If you're anything like me, maybe you're Cancer or an empath, emotions can be a big thing. Like, I am a emotional girl, you feel me? But at the same time, because of my upbringing and just being the oldest or whatever it may be, I've always just learned to kind of just shove my emotions deep down inside, deal with them later. But I've found that this leaves me always feeling like I'm going to cry and lose it at any moment. Do you know how many times I've randomly caught myself crying in the middle of a Walmart for no absolute reason or just having random breakdowns? And that's because I realized I am trapping in these negative feelings and emotion. I've always been taught that, it's not good to cry. Crying makes you weak. My parents don't really cry. I've never seen my parents cry, honestly. So I always just had like a negative connotation when it came to crying. But I've come to realize that crying is so healthy. Letting out your emotions, those deep, painful ones, feeling them to the ultimate amount of feeling does you so much good. So now whenever I want to cry, I allow myself to cry. If I'm sad about something and I need to be sad about it for how long, I let myself be sad. No more acting like I don't feel what I'm feeling. I'm not hurt. None of that. If I'm hurt, I'm hurt, and I allow myself to be hurt. Allowing myself to properly feel the emotions that I'm feeling deep inside really helps me clear out those negative emotions and leave room for positive emotions to come in, Sometimes I could think about my mental health as kind of like a glass situation. And if I'm just filled up with all this negative energy because of things that are going on around me, I need to let them out, empty out that glass, So by letting out my emotions, if it's anger, sadness, whatever negativity, letting it out by installing a wig, playing music, crying, just expressing my feelings in a healthy way, I've realized has really helped me a lot. It's not weak to cry. It's not. It makes you stronger, honestly, because feeling those deep feelings, the feeling of heartbreak, hey, if you've never felt it, my friend, I do not recommend. Heartbreak is a feeling. It literally feels like your heart is breaking, like actual heart, not metaphysically heart, I now believe that pushing and shoving down your feelings and acting like you don't feel things makes you more of a coward, honestly, because it's really a strong thing to let all your feelings, how dark and negative they are, let them come in and feel them, let them go. Because once you make it through to the other side, I promise you, you are so much stronger. Literally, that saying, what doesn't kill you make you stronger, that is how it comes to when it comes to feeling your emotions deeply. Now, finally, what I want to say is to really help myself, I've been learning the importance of being proud of myself and just practicing gratitude. At first, when I hear gratitude back in the days when I wasn't too deep on self-help and mental health, I always felt like gratitude and all of that was kind of just some hippie jargon and manifestation, da 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 da. But y'all, I'm telling you, as a non-believer, gratitude and just being proud of yourself goes such a long way in helping, fill up that glass that was once full of negative energy and helping replenish it with positive energy. There are times in my day, the whole world is falling. Like, I have no money, I am going through a lot of things, I can't find any negative, and normally I'll just continue to let that negativity sink into my heart. But at the end of the day, there's always one positive thing that you can find. Yeah, sure, you did not wake up at all this day. You stayed in bed. You did nothing. You didn't shower. But at least you made it to another day. At least you're alive. Because there's people who have felt just as shitty as you felt, have gone through the same thing that you've gone through. And unfortunately, they couldn't make it. They couldn't handle it. Because like I was saying, those feelings, when you let yourself feel it, they can quite literally kill you, So you being able to make it through to the next day with those feelings is still an accomplishment. It's still a reason to be gratitude, to be happy, to be proud of yourself. A lot of the times when I'm reminding myself of just how unaccomplished and how much of a failure I am, I have to stop and counteract those thoughts and be like, excuse me, ma'am, you are doing great, sweetie. I just start picking the littlest things to be proud of myself. I'm like, you woke up today and got out of bed. Kudos to you. You took a shower today. I'm proud of you. If you find yourself right now in like a really dark time and you can't think of anything, any positive light besides, yay, I'm alive. And you're probably like, I don't even want to be alive. Trust me, I've had those thoughts. I've been there. Think about something else. Maybe I'm able to watch this TV right now, or I'm proud of myself for even just getting out of my head to watch Caroline's video for a moment, because I know I could not get out of my head all day. Just find something small, do this every day, and you realize there's more and more things to be grateful for, more than you can even imagine, honestly. Like, it sounds so, I know everybody says this, but once you start practicing it, I promise you, it's so true. Like, do this and come back to me in a week and tell me if I lied. When I have days where literally everything I wanted to get accomplished, I got nothing done, the day was just terrible, I'm just like, you tried. I'm proud of you for trying. When I was in a much darker place and I felt like there was nothing positive, I was just like, all I want to be is happy. I'm just so sick of feeling so sad, or just sick of feeling nothing. Because there was a point where I went past feeling sad and I just felt absolutely numb to the whole entire world. But I had to realize that it's me who is going to make me happy. So I literally had to start finding mundane, everyday things to use to find gratitude. Like, I started buying myself flowers. I started making breakfast even though I don't eat breakfast. I even just started filming and making more wigs, and doing those things and making myself happy with those little things helped me start to attract more greater than me happiness. But you gotta start by making yourself happy. Even if there's nothing to be happy about, at the very least, be proud of yourself, because you know what? I am proud of you. If you're not proud of you, I'm proud of you. You're doing amazing, sweetie. You're that girl. You made it to the end of this video, so kudos to you. And yeah, that's kind of my little rant and spiel on self-help. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. These are kind of things I'm learning from just reading books, Reading is another thing that's really been helping improve my mental health, just educating myself more on how my mind works and ways to help it. If you're looking for a great book to start, Atomic Habits, 10 out of 10 recommend to anyone, whether you're doing well mentally or not. and lots of self-help videos on YouTube, and just trying to just take myself from a lower space to a higher space, because I just can't keep living like this. It's the ghetto, you feel me? But by the time I finished installing this wig, I felt really cute. I felt good. That's another thing too. Do your makeup. Make yourself cute when you feel bad. When you look good, you feel good. That's a real thing. Whenever I feel ugly and shitty inside, at least I can be like, at least my hair look good. At least my hair is giving it, at least I'm serving a look. For today, at least, I feel a little bit better. Like my thing says, you know. What is this? One day at a time. Yeah. All right. Peace out, Girl Scouts. Goodbye.